Hi, welcome to this another short practice, and I'm very, very honored that you're here because it's not a typical sequence that I've been sharing with you. This is more of a tuning inward and also a moment for settling in. So, we're gonna be trying to sit calmly, focus on our breath, and I'll guide you through some things that I love doing for my own self when I do a very short practice, because usually that's what my life consists of short practices. Yoga teachers don't necessarily have 90 minutes of a practice every single day. So, finding a position that feels nice and stable, adjusting in whatever way feels good. I'm sitting on a pillow. You can find a cushion, a block, bolster, anything that feels good. And I love having my hands land in whatever way feels natural. So now I'm feeling very hot, so I'm gonna just have my hands open for receiving, open for sharing in the kind of this more symbolic sense, but also just letting out my heat out of the body. If I feel kind of, it's winter and I put on many layers, I'm gonna just let myself rest my hands on the knees. It depends, it varies day to day, but that's how I would usually do it. And if you prefer to close your eyes with me, feel free. Otherwise, look somewhere on the ground in front of you and find a little moment of stillness. Settling in, maybe taking a cleansing breath in and out. Noticing how the body feels here. Noticing the points of contact with the floor, with the ground. Points of contact between the legs and arms. Both side bodies or sides of your body. Shoulder blades and shoulders. Back of the neck. Notice if you could relax your forehead 5% more. Feel the eyebrows melt to the right and left. Relax the cheeks, cheekbones, the entire jaw. Move your mouth if you need to make sure you're not clenching your teeth. And relax the neck and throat, tongue inside the mouth, collarbones and shoulders, upper arms, lower arms, and both palms. Relax your hands and fingers, thighs, knees, and the feet, bum, back, and entire head. If you're settled in, start to pay attention to your breath. Is it shallow? Is it deep, or maybe somewhere in between? Does it feel like you need to force it, or is it flowing smoothly? Does it feel like it's rough? Is it coming towards the belly, diaphragm, chest, throat? When you exhale, what's the last part that gets relaxed? Can you start to pay attention to how the full body is breathing? If you need to, place your hands in whatever parts that feel like they're getting involved in the breath. Double check you're using more than just your shoulders and chest. But if you are only using those, observe it as well. And then if your hands lifted, let them rest again. Take a few more breaths. And I'll guide you through a few questions that I didn't come up with myself. I took them from David G, from audios that I found on Insight Timer, and these often are what guides my practice, especially in the mornings, but also during the day. Sometimes I'd ask myself, how am I feeling physically, emotionally, mentally? Why am I here right now? And then I'll move to those questions from David G. What am I grateful for? Who am I grateful for? He often also asks, who am I? Making sure that you don't feel forced to answer any of the questions. Allowing your thoughts to rush through, observing them, but also being aware of the fact that sometimes meditating basically means sitting or walking or doing whatever and just being aware of that activity. You don't have to stay with a blank mind at all. Take a few more moments here, perhaps scanning again for those questions, this time starting from the last one. Who am I? Who am I grateful for? What am I grateful for? Why am I here right now? How am I feeling physically, emotionally, and mentally? And even if you've taken a few moments to focus on the answers, that's more than enough. It's a short practice, but taken more often than not, maybe it can help you create a bit more balance in the life that you want to have. If it feels good, feel free to bring the palms to touch. Maybe gently rubbing, maybe they're warm. And I love finishing with a hug where I place one hand on my chest directly on the skin, the other hand gently pressing. But you could go ahead and give yourself a full self hug, or even bring palms to touch if that's more appropriate for you. And just by trying to notice the heartbeat or imagining that it's there, I try to connect to this feeling of gratitude for having the time to show up for myself, to sit and listen to what I'm thinking. And then I finish by bringing the palms to touch to my heart, repeating in my mind, may I do love, moving towards my mouth, may I speak love, and moving to my head, may I think love. And as I lift my gaze, I lift up and then slowly bow down, hopefully waiting for some sunshine, but anything works. And when I am ready, I lift up, gently start to open my eyes, and coming back like a new person. And I hope this has served you as well. I'm really looking forward to hearing your comments and seeing you live on the mat. Thanks so much for joining. I'm very honored. I'll see you next time.